Hello everybody, welcome back to some more Crystalline. Last time, we did the bet options and saw all that fun stuff. And this time, we are in Costa Rica, whatever this place is called. As we pass through the gates, the first thing I notice is salty breeze coasting through town. The houses and shops are all built higher above ground than what I'm used to seeing, with large, wide windows to let in the sun and breeze. We pass through the main square. People peruse the shops, but the bustle isn't quite as busy as the previous towns. Shopkeepers laze by the desk, fanning themselves with wide woven fans. The slow pace of the town calms me. This would be a really nice place to just relax for a few days. There's a bright smile on Leanna's face as she enjoys the winds combing through her hair. Everyone seems to feel the same tranquility I do. After passing through town, we find the inn where we settle down. We order some food and situate ourselves near an open window. Amelia immediately consults her notes.
Now that we have arrived at Costa Coral, it would be in our best interest to survey the area and search for additional information which can lead to the water temple.
I'd put money down that it's underwater beneath a whirlpool. No one answers her. I look at the rest of the group and realize they're staring out of the window. Following their gaze, the view from the inn overlooks a brilliant white sands and crystal blue water. The pongo pops out from seemingly nowhere and settles near the window.
It's so beautiful.
Kara blinks broadly and leans closer to the window to get a better look. Even Zach relaxes as he watches the gentle lapping of the waves. Only Amelia remains transfixed on her nose.
Perhaps we should inquire with the locals here as to the whereabouts of the temple.
Leanna reluctantly tears her gaze away from the beach.
Well, I suppose we should do that.
Or we could take a break from all that traveling and take some time to recharge and then scout for information.
I vote that.
Boing!
Pongo seconds that vote.
Pongo's got good taste.
Kara kneels down and pats Pongo on the head. He chirrups
We've
happily.
arrived here for a purpose, and that purpose should be fulfilled.
And it will be.
That's true, but wouldn't we have more success after we've had a chance to rest and can search with fresh eyes?
I've been feeling
Fresh
a bit
ice.
pale after spending so much time in the cold north. It'd be so nice to just relax and bask in the sun for a while.
Are we about to have a beach episode?
The beach sounds like a great idea.
I think we are. There's a pause as we blink at Zach. Really?
Of course.
Ah! I get you.
There's no reward for going to the beach.
Oh, there is.
Not everything I do has to have a reward.
There is. You just don't know. Kara smirks and wraps herself around Zach.
Obviously, his motivation for going to the beach is to spend more time with me.
Something like
I
that.
take it back. Let's do Amy's thing.
Amy looks thoughtful.
The journey here has been long. I suppose a brief repose could be a good idea.
Then it's settled.
I don't know about you guys, but I didn't exactly pack my swimsuit.
Good point.
I noticed a few clothing shops we passed on our way here. Perhaps we may find something suitable within.
Why don't we take a look at the shops, and then we all can meet down at the beach?
We agree to the plan and begin to head off. Kara stops me and Zach.
Nuh-uh. No boys allowed.
We can't shop for our own fucking clothes? What?
It'll be way more fun if it's a surprise. Trust me.
But I still need swim. She winks and hurries out Leanna and Amy before we can protest. That just leaves Zach and me to team up and shop for swimsuits. Yeah, what the fuck? So, wait. After leaving the inn together, we browse the local bazaar. We each flip through the rags. Zach grabs the first pair of dark swim trunks he finds and brings it up to the counter for purchase. The edgelord is found black. Wow, that was fast. He shrugs.
It's not like it really matters.
Point made. We take a look at a few different styles, but ultimately decide on an orange suit. After buying our suits, we head down. Why orange? I would no. We head down to the beach and get changed. We carefully tread down the stairs carved into the wall of the cliff until our feet touch the warm sand. The beach is laden with visitors. Children build sandcastles or race by the water, shrieking when the waves lap at their feet. Even more children play along the cliffs, chased by their parents who fiercely scold them. Most people lounge beneath the sun, flipping every so often to even out their tans. Zach and I wait for the girls in a more secluded spot. I glance down and see the Pongo has returned. You made it here before the girls. Is that just me or does he sound disappointed? We continue to wait and wait. So, Zach, what kind of swimsuit do you think the girls will get? He shrugs.
Nice ones, I would guess.
Yep, none. I'm really looking forward to seeing what kind of swimsuit Leanna chooses besides her reaction to the wolf's den armor. I guess it might be covering up a bit more.
But don't forget, she actually kept the wolf's den armor.
He has a point. True, so maybe she secretly likes showing more
You know
skin.
better than I would.
Indeed, I should. No, why would you? What? Shut up.
I mean, if there's anyone she'd enjoy showing more skin to, it's certainly not me.
Yes, thank you, Zach, for not being dumber than a bag of rocks. My cheeks heat up at the
It's
thought.
Kara.
That's probably very true. Zach nods. Finally, we hear the girls before we see them. Kara leads the way and bounces into view. Her string bikini seems to be struggling to stay put.
Hey guys! Were you waiting long?
String. It's not what I expected when he said that, not gonna lie. Hey guys, were you waiting long? Oh yeah, she said that. What am I saying? He responds with a low, guttural gurgle. Kara
I
blinks.
mean, yes, we were waiting forever.
She grins slyly.
Sorry to keep you waiting. It took a while for me to find the perfect suit.
She spins around.
So, what do you think?
Zach shrugs.
It's fine.
Damn, fucking stone cold, but you match. Kara pouts before she can respond. Leanna and Amy catch up to us. Leanna's white, whoa, bandau suit hugs her in all the right ways, while Amy's pink ruffles make her look cute and girly. I give Leanna once over. This is my new favorite outfit. Forget about your wolves and armor. You should wear this every day. She glances down at
I'd
herself.
probably make a lot more friends if I wore this all the time.
I'm not sure those are the friends you'd want. After hearing that, I'm acutely aware of the lingering eyes on her as people pass by. Actually, never mind. In fact, maybe you should change back into what you were wearing before. Leanna giggles. Amelia walks right past us and settles into the sand. Hey there, Amy.
Greetings.
What are you doing?
I am selecting the prime location for me to begin my construction
Sandcastle. Construction.
of the most structurally sound sand fortress.
Fortress.
Boy.
The Pongo bounces over to Amy and wobbles
Of
excitedly.
course, you may be of assistance.
Leanna pulls me aside and Amy starts digging into the sand.
Why don't we go check out the water?
Let's fucking do it. Good idea. I take Lena's hand and lead her towards the ocean. She glances furtively back at the others, but nobody pays attention to us. Her fingers intertwine with mine and a smile graces her lips. She carefully dips her toe in the water. I don't think so. I watch with amusement as Lena gently eases herself into the water. Once she's comfortable, she grins and motions me over. I leap in with a splash. That's more accurate.
Hey!
Lena splashes me and I dive out of the way before returning the splash. She ducks from the water, but a few droplets catch me. She grins mischievously and uses her arms to send a wave my way. Whoa! I try to swim out of the way, but the wave splashes my face. If that's how she wants to play, I use both my arms to send an even larger wave over Leanna's direction. She automatically moves her arm into a casting position, hoping to push the wave away from her, and release too late, and she's still not wearing realizes too late that she's not wearing a manipulator. All the habits must die hard. The wave crashes around her.
Oh, you are so going to regret that.
Uh-oh. Let's not do anything rash now. I try to swim away and put some more distance between her and myself. For all I know, she's going to send a tsunami my way. Leanna comes closer to close the gap. We were just having fun, right? I ready myself for the worst. To my surprise, Leanna swims over to me and boops me on the nose. Huh?
Won't you?
She giggles.
I got you all riled up for nothing.
Oh yeah? I grab her waist and pull her to me. She gasps as she looks at me, her chest against my own. With the team back at the beach, I draw Leanna in to a lingering kiss. Her eyes flutter as we pull breathlessly away. Now who's all riled up?
Still you.
Not incorrect. She playfully pushes me away, trying to mask the color in her cheeks. Leanna squeezes some of the water out of her
I
hair.
think I'm ready to dry out a bit in the sun.
Yeah, same here. Let's go check back with the others. Maybe there was more time than yeah, I'm just gonna assume that more time passed than the 2 seconds of splashing, and then we're just like, that was weird. we head back to shore. Amelia's fortress looks like nearly complete. Okay, yeah, I'd assume. No, that girl works fast. The Pongo bounces from buttress to buttress, a little shovel in his mouth. That's cute. He's helping. Zack lounges on the sand, his eyes closed, while Kara pouts beside him. She doesn't look too happy at Zack. As soon as she spots us, she rushes over to Leanna.
I'm feeling kind of hungry. Are you hungry? Let's go get some food.
She grabs Leanna's hand and drags her over to the food cart. I stand next to the Zack. What was that about?
Meh.
Zack leans back in his beach chair. He did something. I think... Zack, I nudge him.
What?
What are you doing?
Trying to relax.
You should be relaxing with Kara.
I was. She was right next to me.
You're not wrong, but I hate you. Maybe with your eyes open and focused on her. Zack raises an eyebrow. Leanna returns with an ice cream and seems excited to eat. Kara trails behind her. She stops right in front of Zack but turns to face Leanna.
I am starving.
When Leanna looks at Kara, she seems just as baffled as ever. Kara reveals a banana and nothing else. I thought she was starving. She peels the banana and carefully maneuvers the fruit as far into her mouth. Yeah, okay.
Cora, be careful. If you take it all at once, you could choke.
Kara grins and slowly pulls the intact banana out of her mouth.
Oh, don't worry. I have great control over my gag reflexes.
Of course you do. Of course you do. Why wouldn't that be something you'd say? Zack starts coughing as his face turns red.
But you're right. I'm just so hungry that I got a little eager.
Mm-hmm.
Is this better?
She puts a sizable amount of the banana in her mouth at once, and noticing Leanna's chagrin, carefully pulls back a lot. She takes in a bit more and then pulls back. I don't think she's actually planning on eating that banana. She makes eye contact with Zack.
You have weird eating habits.
What the fuck? Jesus Christ. Kara's eyes flash and takes a vicious bite out of the banana. For some reason I wince and so does Zack. When she's done eating, Kara gets close to Leanna again.
Oh, do you know what we forgot to do? Put on sunscreen.
Leanna's eyes
You're
widen.
right.
You don't like to tan?
It's not about tanning. It's about protecting your skin.
Sure.
Exactly.
Kara leads Leanna over to the beach, tells the two of them to settle in. Kara smears a glob of sunscreen in her hand and starts rubbing lotion across her chest, as Zack's gaze fixated on the gentle rhythm of her hands. Leanna follows Kara's lead and begins liberally spreading sunscreen over her skin. I'm mesmerized by the smooth flow of her hands across her supple skin, and I imagine those are my hands traveling up and down her body. I'd love to imagine this whole fucking image. I'm saving this. I don't care. I don't care. Ooh, too far. It's going right there. Just because of their face in the right hand side, I'm just like flabbergasted at Zack. It's just, that's a Jesus Christ, that fucking sandcastle. But why do you have to be like that though? Suddenly Kara's lying on her stomach in the towels and motions to Leanna, and I turn to Zack. You know, I couldn't see it when you were on the bed in Wolfston. Is this in this wait, you know, I couldn't see it when you were on the bed in Wolfston in this pose, but now I'm starting to understand what you mean.
I told you, it's the most attractive pose.
Maybe not most attractive, but it's pretty attractive.
Liana, do you think you could help me with my back? I'll return the favor.
Of course.
Amanda kneels beside her and squirts the lotion in her hand. Suddenly, the bikini strings across Kara's back fall to her side.
You'll
undone.
be able to reach more this way.
Leanna nods and carefully rubs her hands along Kara's skin, making sure to spread the sunscreen evenly across her whole back.
Oh, that feels so nice.
Why would you? Zack clears his throat and tries to look away, but his eyes are repeatedly drawn back to the girls. Even I start to feel the flush in my cheeks. I really wish I were wait. I mean, sure. Maybe you wish you were in Leanna's spot and Leanna was in Kara's spot? As Leanne and hand travel Kara's back, the strings hold her bikini up, fall loosely over her sides.
That's okay. I don't want any tan lines anyway.
Kara lets out a soft moan as Leanna finishes up her back. A small, strangled sound escapes Zach's throat. I look over and notice a stream of blood trickling out of his nose. I think he got a bit of something. I gestured to his nose.
I'm fine.
Okay, when Leanna is done, she helps retie Kara's swimsuit in Kara's stance. She turns around to speak to Zach and smirks when she notices a nosebleed.
All right, Leanna, your turn.
Leanna looks back at us and frowns.
Maybe later, when we don't have so much of an audience.
I can close my eyes if that helps.
It doesn't.
You know, fair. Zach and I get shooed away by Kara and gives Leanna the same sunscreen treatment. Zach wipes his nose and quickly returns to his usual self while I sneak in as many peeks as the girls as I can. Kara seems very familiar with Leanna. My mind wanders back to all those times they shared a room. What actually happens behind closed doors? After a while, the girls return and Kara throws a ball at us. Zach's lightning reflexes catches the ball.
Nice catch.
Where did you get this?
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, possibly.
Kara?
Did you steal it? She
I
giggles.
bought it, silly. It was with us the entire time. But I suppose you were a bit too distracted to notice.
She winks. What game are we playing?
Beach ball.
Fuck. Leanna
A
grins.
classic beach game.
Sure. How do you play?
We'll split into teams. Me and Zach, and you and Leanna. We'll each stay on our own sides of the court and try to hit the ball over to the other side without letting it drop to the ground.
Volleyball. This sounds suspiciously like beach volleyball, yeah. With Leanna on my team, we're sure to win. You're on. There's no way this dream team will ever lose.
Yeah.
We high five. Psh. Kara smirks.
Oh yeah? Should we make a wager?
I pale as I remember the last time I made a wager. Oh, let's just keep it a friendly match this time. Kara laughs. Ooh, I'm gonna have to save because she's about to do something that's gonna make me have to accept this wager.
You better get into position or this first serve will be an automatic point for me.
Leanna and I hurry over to the other side of the court. There's a towel placed in the sand dividing the two lines. Kara serves first and Leanna dives to bump it, then I spike it over the side. Expecting the ball to smash in the ground, Zach saves it and bumps it over. I scramble to reach the ball, but it lands gently in the sand. Okay, that wasn't the strongest start. This isn't going long before Zach and Kara get into the swing of things, and soon the volleys either side take longer and longer. At one point, Amy wanders over and sits down on the sidelines to watch. On the last volley, Kara spikes the ball over to set. Leanna dives to bump it, but misses it by a breath, and the ball bounces in the sand. Leanna lets out a frustrated groan. She serves the ball, and it flies out of the court.
Ah!
It's okay. How did Kara and Zach get so good?
I have no idea.
We can't let this get to us. It's like you say with my training, stay focused and filter out all distractions. Leanna nods
You're right.
determinedly. She closes her eyes and takes a few deep breaths. Feel calmer? She smiles as she opens her eyes.
I'm ready to win.
Are you ladies here to talk or play?
No, we're gonna kick your ass. I scowl. We're here to
Could
win.
have fooled me.
Ooh. Shade. Shade from Zach Spade. Just serve the ball. Although Leanna and I try our hardest to keep up, we can't close the lead, and Kara and Zach maintain, ultimately we end up losing. Leanna pouts and Kara and Zach celebrate. I still don't understand how they're so good.
Neither do I.
Amy brushes herself off as she stands.
It is because they play upon each other's strengths. Kara's dexterity and swift reflexes allows her free range to serve the ball for Zach's powerful strikes.
We did that. Amelia gives me a blank look. Sort of.
That's pretty smart of them. We mostly just split the court in half and figured if the ball fell into whoever's half, that's who would try to hit it.
They really are a perfect match. Kara throws her arms around Zach as she jumps up and down in celebration. A broad smile splits his face and Zach's arms wrap around her too. Suddenly he seems to realize what he's done and quickly lets go. Kara grins and scoots back close to him.
We make a great team, don't we?
You're pretty good at this.
Oh, was that a compliment I just heard?
Zach crosses his
Don't
arms.
make a big deal out of it.
She laughs.
Well, you're pretty good at this too.
With this game over, we all gather together and hang out. Okay, I'm glad she didn't. I didn't have to like play a minigame, so I had to go through all that again. The sun begins descending in the sky and we enjoy the light breeze billowing around us. Collectively, we relax in the sand and enjoy the last warmth of the sun. I close my eyes as I soak in the rays, but I still feel a bit restless. I nudge Leanna. Let's go for a
Sure.
walk. Brushing off the sand, I get to my feet and the two of us walk in pace. The beach expands out into the horizon. Brilliant colors paint the sky as the sun kisses the ocean line. We pass by the cliffs and both Leanna and I hear voices. She stiffens as she goes on high alert.
Do you hear that?
Yeah. We pick up the pace and I can make out frantic yelling.
Somebody help!
My head swings around as I glance wildly about me, then my gaze focuses on a small boy gripping the edge of the cliff with his tiny fingers. His face is a wash of panic as tears stream down his face. A woman who I assume is his mother screams for help, tears glistening in her eyes as a crowd forms around them. Leanna breaks from me and races to address the boy. I'm close on her heels.
Everything is going to be okay. I just need you to keep holding on, okay?
The boy chokes out his words between sobs.
Can't.
Don't let go. Just keep holding on. Damn it! I need my manipulator.
Whoa, there are children present? She turns on her heel and sprints back towards the group and our belongings. Leanna!
Make sure he holds on. I'll be right back.
Yeah, because I'm sure that's his lowest priority. I'm sorry to be snarky. My heart races as she disappears from view. The boy swings precariously on the cliffside. She'll never make it in time.
Can't.
You can do it. Just hold on a little bit
My
longer,
hands
okay?
are.
Time slows as the boy's fingers slip. I feel helplessly as I watch the hand flail out in the air. Suddenly, the boy disappears as he falls. My ears pound, and the beat of my heart is all suddenly muted as if washed away with the ocean. He rushes through the air, but time seems slow as I He rushes through the air, but time seems to slow as I reach out my arm. The only thought in my head is I have to save him. I want him to slow. He's falling too fast. Slow down. Gather the wind around him and slow down. And to my surprise, he does. His descent slows and slows until he's hovering just above the ground and then drops ungracefully onto the sand, but ultimately unhurt. His mother is right by his side, clutching him. In her chest, his sobs are drowned by the tears of his mother as she scolds him for a mixture of harsh words and kisses. The scene replays in my head over and over again. How as he was falling and he wasn't. I remember reaching out my arm and then the wind that saved him. Was that for me? I can still feel lingering tingle in my arm as the energy dissipates. Gradually, the shock wears off and I could feel life return to my limbs. I'm a bit groggy, but I feel like I've woken up from a nap. But I still notice the intense stares a few people are giving me. Whispers snake around me and I catch the words like casting and impossible.
That was magic, wasn't it? The boy slowed down and then stopped in midair. You saw it, didn't you? But who could have cast it? Must have been a mage out here, watching. Yeah.
They glance around looking for anyone who could be suspicious and their gazes land on me. Uh-oh. As their eyes narrow, Leanna finally turns and rushes over. The team is right behind her. Our things gathered. Leanna gently urges me to move.
Now that the boy is safe, we should get moving.
Indeed, it will only cause more questions the longer we stay.
As we trudge up the cliffside stairs, I can't stop wondering. Was that me? I knew I wanted to save the kid, but I wasn't wearing my manipulator. Is that possible, isn't it? And yet, I felt unmistakably tingle of magic flow through my arm. Kara voices my thoughts in a low, urgent voice.
What happened back there?
I don't know.
You cast it.
Shut up. What?
Somehow, you have discovered a method in which you can cast without your manipulator.
Yeah, let's not talk about it, but I thought that was impossible.
Yes, however, absorbing energy directly is impossible too. For you to use that internal energy to cast is a new occurrence for all of us.
We don't know how to channel magic without a manipulator, so we could only teach you to cast in the only way we know how.
Do you believe you could replicate such a casting?
I'm not sure.
Maybe here isn't the best place to be discussing this.
Thank you. Someone with common sense. That guy's the crowds of people rushing past us, presumably to check out the beach.
Yeah, let's get to the inn first.
We all change out of our swimsuits and then regroup. Kara leads the way and soon brings us to the inn as night falls. We settle down in a secluded corner, all wearing grave expressions. The more I think about it, the more I'm able to come to grips that I cast it from within, and the more excited I feel. After all, I just did the impossible. The silence is stifling. I can feel the questions teetering on the edge of my team's lips, but no one seems willing to speak up first. I want to see if I can cast again, but the inn isn't the best place to do that. Leanna is the first to break the silence.
So, the beach,
I look at her.
you casted without a manipulator.
Yeah. Hearing that still sounds so weird and unnatural. Yeah, because casting, after how long we've been here? A few weeks? Months? Casting sounds natural? No.
How did you do it?
I have no idea. Everything happened so fast.
Perhaps you can recall certain stimuli which may have affected you differently.
I think back. The kid was falling, and I didn't want him to get hurt, and then it just happened.
Was there a technique you used which is different than what you normally do?
I don't know. I reached out, and then energy shot out of my arm.
Did the energy feel any different?
Amy raises a brow at Kara.
What? I'm not a caster.
Maybe a little bit more concentrated? I don't really remember. My mind was focused on other things. Amy frowned.
There must have been an effect which triggered the change in the cast. Something which allowed you to connect with your inner reservoir of energy. If you could just recall what it is, you could replicate the cast.
My mind is a swirl of thoughts. Leanna notices my discomfort.
Maybe we should table this discussion for later.
It is imperative that we discover how to recreate the cast.
Why?
I agree, but we may be more successful if he tries to cast again. And the inn isn't the ideal place to practice.
Amy pauses, then nods.
You are correct. We shall attempt to recast again when we are more isolated.
Maybe we should figure out our next steps for finding the water temple.
You're right. We had our break at the beach, but we did come here for a reason.
This city is the closest to the islands among the coast. If I recall correctly, the exact location of the water temple has been lost to even Elderism. My assumption would be that it is located on one of those islands, similar to how the wind temple was located on the floating isles.
An intelligent assumption, but one that will keep you from the true location, I fear.
Ooh, I don't know who you are. Oh, shit, he's got a full character. Who is this guy? We turn to a stranger approaching our table. His silver hair is pulled back out of his face, revealing kind brown eyes. He is tall in stature with a sturdy build, but rugged lines in his face show his age. Hey, look, he actually kinda looks old. He offers a genuine smile through his full beard.
That which has been hidden from memory is safely stored beneath nature's rocky peaks.
What? Who is this guy, and why is he eavesdropping on our conversation? Zach narrows his eyes.
Who are you?
Yeah,
Just a simple bard.
a bard, Gingalane.
A bard.
He's jingling. And the man's eyes light up as he clears his throat.
I warned the lonely soul not to seek comfort from the sea, for her will cannot be tamed, and when she pulls him into a watery bosom for his death, she cannot be blamed.
I don't know what that means. Suddenly Anne leaps out of her chair and it topples over with a clatter. Her cheeks turn rosy and her voice grows in enthusiasm as she finishes the reaction.
And yet still he sought her bravely, wading ever deep. And far beneath her seafoam lace, his secrets she will keep.
Her eyes shine with a bright wonder as she stares transfixed at the man. He grins at her.
That was beautiful. I thank you.
I love the poetry of Gingalane. It's great to meet someone who also knows of his work.
Of course I know of his work. He is me. The man grins but doesn't say any more.
When did you come across his poem?
Just after I finished writing it, I suppose.
Leanna, she just had a heart attack.
You're Gingalane?
He nods and bows slightly. Whoa, that was a weird animation that she hasn't done before. Leanna takes in a sharp breath of air and then squeals excitedly.
I can't believe I'm talking to the Gingalane!
She hops up and down in excitement and giggles like a schoolgirl. Her face is flushed and there are stars in her eyes.
Your poems and stories are what got me through my toughest years at the academy. Would it be okay if... I mean, it's just such an honor. Can I shake your hand?
Can I shake your hand? In response, giggling holds Leanna's hand in his own. She lets out a squeak at his touch.
I'm honored to meet someone who has such a deep appreciation for my work.
Why are you winking at her? Who's giggling? Tara and Zach were the same blank expression I have.
You don't know him?
Of course I don't know him!
The famous bard!
Yeah, it doesn't tell me anything. I've been here
He's traveled throughout Asaria, recording the stories of adventurers. His poems are known throughout Havengard.
Look
He's
who
a
you're
legend.
talking to.
You give me too much credit.
You're just being humble.
Lena looks completely smitten. Lena speaks really highly of him, and I haven't seen her this excited about anything else. Maybe his work is worth checking out. I I'd love to read one of your poems.
You're too kind. Perhaps I could give you a live performance if there's time.
Sure. And with that, we'll catch you guys on the flip side.